Hello friends, I am Dr. Rajiv Gupta. The institute's name is Srimati M.D. Patel Institute of Physical Science and Research Anand. Course is MSc Organic Chemistry Semester 1. Subject is Organic Chemistry first. The subject code is PS01CCHE22. The unit number is 1, which is related to stereochemistry. And today I am going to talk about molecules with more than one chiral center. Molecules with one chiral center, as we have seen earlier, let's repeat the definition of chiral center or chirogenic center. A tetrahedral site or atom, that site or atom in organic chemistry will be generally a carbon atom around which all the four attached groups are different is called chiral center or chirogenic center. This lactic acid molecule is shown here. It contains one chiral center where all the four groups are different, which are arranged in tetrahedron manner. When we make and interchange any two groups like this, then we get a new stereoisomer. So this center is verified as a chirogenic center where an interchange, odd number interchange of two groups change the stereo of the molecule or change the configuration of the molecule. So it is also a stereogenic center. Now see this molecule. It's a Fischer projection formula of 2-hydroxy propanoic acid. Okay, it is 2-hydroxy propanoic acid where we start numbering from up to down 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 carbon atoms and this carbon atom is chiral. See, this carbon atom is chiral, which is attached to this carboxylic group, this one hydrogen atom, this one hydroxy group, and it's completely a methyl group. So it is a chiral center. But see, this third number carbon atom is not chiral because it is attached with 3 hydrogen atoms. Okay, so this is not chiral carbon. Here in this structure, in this Fischer projection, only one chiral center is present. Okay, so this is also an example of chiral center where only one chiral center is present. See this molecule. Here a double bond is present. This carbon contains 2 hydrogen atoms and with these groups. So is this molecule chiral or achiral? This molecule is chiral. See, this carbon atom is chiral carbon here. All the 4 groups are different. One hydrogen, one chlorine, one methyl, and this complete group. Okay, this complete group. So this is chiral center. No other carbon in this molecule is chiral center. Only one chiral center is present. So it's an chiral molecule or optically active molecule which contains one chiral center only. Okay, so now let's see chiral centers, molecules which have more than one chiral center. These type of compounds which have more than one chiral center, these could be chiral or achiral. It depends on symmetry criteria. As we have seen earlier that chirality of a molecule depends on its symmetry. Okay, note on the number of chiral carbon atoms. If a molecule contains only one chiral center, then that molecule will always be chiral. But if a molecule contains more than one chiral center, then it could be chiral or achiral. That depends on symmetry criteria. Symmetry criteria, in this criteria we check plane of symmetry or center of symmetry in a molecule. Generally, plane of symmetry is highly used to check chirality of a molecule. So we are considering a group of compounds which are achiral, where number of chiral centers are more than one. These type of compounds are meso compounds which are achiral. Meso compounds. These meso compounds are extreme condition of erythroforms. Erythroforms. What was erythro? Where we see two substituents at same site in a Fischer projection. See this structure. It's a erythroform of this molecule where both the hydroxy group present at same site. So what has been said, it is extreme condition of erythroform. Extreme condition means these terminal groups present on vertical line in Fischer projection will be same in meso compound. See, in erythro compound these both groups are different. So no plane of symmetry is present in this molecule, so it is chiral. But when these both terminal groups are same in a erythro compound, means it is a extreme condition of erythro, then this compound becomes achiral due to presence of plane of symmetry. See, here this top half portion is just mirror image of this bottom half portion. Okay, so in the meso compound there are two chiral centers are present. Okay, in this erythro there are two chiral centers, in meso also there are two chiral centers. See, one, if we imagine it's as a chiral center, this carbon, it is attached to one aldehyde group, one hydrogen atom, one hydroxy group, and one this complete group. So this carbon is chiral carbon, tetrahedral chiral carbon. Again this carbon is also chiral carbon. So this meso compound contains two chiral centers, but it is optically inactive or achiral due to presence of this plane of symmetry. We can imagine this molecule as, if we take its takes its optical activity, then it is optical activity because this half portion which we can consider as a chiral. This half portion, if change angle of rotation of a plane polarized light in a direction, suppose clockwise direction, then this opposite portion changes angle of rotation in same magnitude in anti-clockwise direction, means opposite direction. So overall result we get as 0 degree angle of rotation. So actually this molecule, this meso compound, is optically inactive due to internal compensation, means this half part compensate the effect of this half part. So due to presence of plane of symmetry, this molecule is achiral even it contains two chiral centers. Okay, so this is the example of a meso compound. So what could be the definition of a meso compound? A compound which contains at least two chiral centers. Okay, at least two chiral centers but has a plane of symmetry is called meso compound. More than two chiral centers are also possible for a meso compound. Now see this molecule, it also contains two chiral centers and no plane of symmetry, so it is a chiral molecule which has two chiral centers. Okay, it is threoform of this erythroform. Okay, it is threoform. Now see this molecule, cyclic structure with attachment of two hydroxy groups in cis manner. This could be in trans manner also. See, this molecule contains two chiral centers. See, this carbon atom of cyclobutane ring, this carbon atom is chiral carbon because all the four attached groups to this carbon atom are different. See, one hydrogen atom, one hydroxy group, one methylene group means CH2 group, and one this CHOH group. So all the four groups which are directly attached to this carbon atom are different. So this carbon atom is chiral. Also this atom is also chiral. But this half portion of the molecule is a mirror image of this half portion where a plane of symmetry is present. So this molecule is also optically inactive or achiral, or it is a meso compound because of presence of two chiral centers and a plane of symmetry. Okay, if we prepare its trans isomer, it's a geometrical isomer, a trans isomer where these OH groups are anti to each other. Suppose this OH groups comes here and hydrogen comes here, then this becomes a trans isomer. Again this molecule, that trans isomer, will contain two chiral centers, but this plane of symmetry will be lost here in trans isomer of this 1,2-dihydroxy cyclobutane. Okay, then the trans isomer of this compound will be chiral or optically active. Okay, so these are the some examples of compounds which have more than one chiral centers. Okay, now see an example of a molecule which contains three chiral centers. Okay, three chiral centers, or we say two chiral centers and one pseudo chiral center. See, these are also meso compounds, and relation in between these compounds are diastereomeric because these are not mirror images. So a new term has come, that is mesodiastereomer. First we see the definition. The stereoisomers which possess plane of symmetry but not mirror images of each other are called mesodiastereomers. Okay, means two structures two structures which possess a plane of symmetry, but these two structures or two compounds are not mirror images of each other, then these are called mesodiastereomers. Why these are meso? Because these compounds have uh, two or more than two chiral centers, but has a plane of symmetry. So these are meso compounds, but relation in between these compounds are diastereomeric relations. So these are called mesodiastereomers. See this example: 2, 3, 4 trihydroxypentane. Okay, 2, 3, 4 trihydroxypentane. In this Fischer projection, all the three hydroxy groups are situated at same side. Okay, so we can apply a plane of symmetry here, where this portion and this portion are mirror image and hydrogen and OH groups cut in between. If this in between middle OH group transfers to this side at left side and hydrogen to this side, then this molecule also contains a plane of symmetry. So these both structures are meso. Both are meso, and if we see the relation between these both compounds, then both are diastereomers, because both are not mirror images of each other. Okay. See, in plane of symmetry, we apply a plane in between a molecule and we see the mirror images in between a single molecule. But when we see any enantiomeric or diastereomeric relation, then we see mirror images between two molecules. Okay, when we apply plane of symmetry, then only one molecule is considered, but when we see relation between two molecules, then we see or we apply plane or we apply a mirror in between two molecules. Okay, so when we apply when we see relation between, then these are not mirror image, so these are diastereomers. Now also a different isomer, stereoisomer, is also possible, where one OH group is situated at one side and both these OH groups at opposite side. This molecule is becomes chiral because this plane of symmetry is lost here. So it is also example of this structure which has these three chiral centers, and it is a chiral molecule. Its mirror image will be an enantiomer of this. So consider here these two carbon atoms, this carbon atom and this carbon atom is chiral carbon atom, and this center carbon atom is pseudo chiral center. Okay, it's a pseudo chiral center. Total there are 3 carbon, 2 chirals and 1 pseudo chiral. Why pseudo chiral? Because one portion suppose has R configuration, then other will contain S configuration. Both groups are same, but their configuration is different. So this central carbon atom is not called as chiral, it is called pseudo chiral. So these are also the examples of molecules which have more than one chiral center. Here these are examples of 3 chiral centers. Now enantiomeric and diastereomeric relations between these forms which contains more than 2 chiral centers. First we see diastereomeric forms. So what will be the definition of these diastereomers? So a simple definition, we could say that two molecules which contain at least 2 chiral centers, okay, at least 2 chiral centers, where configuration at one chiral center is same, but configuration at other chiral center is different. These are called diastereomers, and these diastereomers are never mirror images of each other. See, this molecule 2,3,4 trihydroxy butanol, where both the uh, hydroxyl groups which are attached to these both chiral centers situated at same site. So this is a erythroform where similar groups lie at same site. In thrioforms, these similar groups, OH groups, these similar groups lies at opposite sides. So it is thrioform. Okay. So these both structures are not mirror images. So these both have diastereomeric relation. So these are diastereomeric forms of a molecule. Okay, these are diastereomeric forms. Now see the enantiomeric forms. See, these both structures are erythroforms. See, similar groups means these hydroxy groups situated or lies at same site. Again, in this structure, the both groups lies at same site. Okay, but these both structures are mirror image of each other. So both are enantiomers of each other. So these are enantiomeric forms of this molecule. Okay, so both are erythro but not superimposable mirror images. Both are not superimposable mirror images of each other. So these are enantiomers. See, these all the four structures which are drawn over here are optically active and chiral because there is no plane of symmetry is present in these molecules. See, no plane of symmetry, no plane of symmetry, no plane of symmetry, because all the terminal groups in at this vertical line is different. So no plane of symmetry, no plane of symmetry. So all are optically active. So these are enantiomeric and diastereomeric forms of compounds which have more than one chiral center. See the example of more than one chiral center, that is D and L glucose. Okay, D and L glucose. What is D glucose? Where we see the what is D? D for means this highest number chiral center. At highest number chiral center, this functional group means OH group should lies at right hand side, that is called D. Okay, if this OH group at left hand side lies at left hand side, that is called L, capital L. Okay, that capital D, capital L and small d and small l are different things. This DL configuration is a relative configuration which is based on the parent member, that is glyceraldehyde for this carbohydrate family, this sugar family. So these D and L are different, and small d and small l are practical values which comes from the experiment of polarimetry, where D for dextrorotatory and L for levorotatory, small d and small l, which are also called plus and minus. So those are practical values which show angle of rotation in practicals. This D and capital D and capital L is a relative configuration of these, especially sugars, also for amino acids, where the key member is a glyceraldehyde. So OH group highest number chiral center. This is first chiral center, second, third and fourth chiral center in glucose. So situated at right hand side, so it is D, and if left hand side, then it is L. So see, this is a D glucose molecule. It has total 4 chiral centers. Okay, so it has total 6 carbons and 4 chiral carbons. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Total these 4 carbons are chiral carbons. There is no plane of symmetry is possible, so absolutely this compound is chiral. See, D and L configurations, relative configurations, are always enantiomers of each other. See, this D glucose and L glucose are mirror image of each other exactly. both are mirror images. See here OH group, this first chiral center OH group situated at right side, but here it is lies at left side. Here right left side, here right side, this. Okay, so these both are mirror image of each other. Okay, not superimposable mirror image, so both are enantiomers. So capital D and capital R always of the same compound are mirror image of each other. Likewise small d and small r, small l also mirror image of each other or enantiomers. Likely rs, as we see in absolute configuration, rs, both type of compounds which have rs, that are also mirror image of each other and enantiomers of each other. See, if configuration of one enantiomer of all chiral centers are this, then its enantiomer will contain the configuration of each chiral center opposite to its corresponding chiral center, its corresponding this chiral center. Okay, if first chiral center has R configuration in this molecule, then its mirror image will contain S. Okay, S, R, R, S, R, S. So R, S, R, R. D-glucose contains configuration of all the chiral centers, all the 4 chiral centers as R, S, R, R. And L-glucose, which is its enantiomer, contains configuration of all the chiral centers as SRSS. Okay, so just the configuration of each chiral center will be changed in its enantiomeric form. Now see the examples of epimers. Epimers, here we see example of enantiomer. Now see the example of epimers. Epimers which are also contain more than one chiral center. Epimers are the diastereomers. Okay, these are also diastereomers. Diastereomers means not mirror image isomers, which have different configuration at any chiral center. Okay, because we say that it contains more than one chiral center, so except one chiral center, it configuration at any chiral center may be different. That one chiral center is anomeric carbon atom. Okay, because if configuration in a stereoisomer is changed at anomeric carbon atom, then that isomer will have the relation of anomeric relation, means that is anomer, that is also diastereomer. So examples are D-glucose, D-mannose and D-galactose are the examples of epimers. Okay, these compounds, these stereoisomers are related to as epimers, means these are diastereomers which are not mirror images. These are shown below. This is D-glucose. As we see, the configuration is RS-RR of these chiral centers. So if we change configuration at C2 carbon, this aldehyde carbon is first carbon, here this is second carbon, this is second number carbon and first chiral carbon. If we change configuration or at C2, then we get this structure where 2 hydroxy group at this side and these 2 this side. Then it is called D-mannose. Why it is also D? See, it is D, also it is D. Both are D, means in this relative configuration system we assign D for this highest number chiral center where OH group is situated at right hand side in D-mannose. It is also situated at right hand side in D-glucose. So both are D, but both are epimers, which are C2 epimers. So name of both the stereoisomers are different. This is D-glucose, this is D-mannose. If we change the configuration at C4 carbon, at 1 2 3 4 fourth number carbon, then we get this structure. This is called D-galactose. Okay, so we can see the configuration RSRR. Only configuration changed on C2 carbon, so only C2 carbon configuration is changed here. See, this is S, R becomes S, remaining is same, SRR, SRR. Here RSRR, it is RSSR. Okay, RSRR, here RSS. So only this configuration R2S. So only one chiral center configuration is changed. So these are not mirror images. These could not be mirror images. So these are diastereomers, specifically called epimers. Now come to anomers. Anomers, where we see the aldehyde group in glucose. This aldehyde group carbon atom is called anomeric carbon. Okay, this is called anomeric carbon. Actually in glucose it is sp2 hybridized. This carbon atom is sp2 hybridized and not a tetrahedral carbon and not even a chiral carbon. But when this undergoes a nucleophilic addition reaction like this, nucleophilic addition reaction, then this tri-coordinated carbon becomes tetra-coordinated or tetrahedral carbon and becomes chiral carbon. Now according to stereo, we can get two types of enantiomer, two types of diastereomers. So this carbon atom is called here anomeric carbon atom. Two anomeric forms of D-glucose are shown below, which are found by intramolecular addition or intramolecular nucleophilic addition. In D-glucose, when this last number chiral center containing OH group attacks on this carbon and this complete nucleophilic addition take place, then a cyclic structure forms. 6-membered cyclic structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6-membered heterocyclic structure where oxygen atom comes as a heteroatom, heterocyclic structure. So here the attack of this oxygen atom on this carbonyl carbon could be from top side or could be from bottom side, because this carbonyl carbon contains two faces, upper side pi bond face and downside pi bond face. Though attack could be nucleophilic attack could be top side or bottom side, upside or downside, then two types of isomers could be formed. If in this structure we imagine the OH group situated at right hand side, then we called it as a alpha. Okay, and if it is at left side, then we called it as a beta. See, configuration at other chiral centers are same. See, OH, 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 OH. At other chiral centers the configuration is same, but configuration at this anomeric carbon atom is different in both these structures. So both are anomers or both are diastereomers, because these both are not mirror images of each other. See the Haworth projection formula of these structures, because both these structures become cyclic and these are 6-membered structure, and we know that 6-membered structures can be shown as Haworth projection, where this carbon atom considered as an anomeric carbon atom, and where this OH group we show at downside in this ring system, at downside in this ring system, that is called alpha glucose, and if it as upside, then it is called a beta glucose. See, configuration is S. See, this chiral center contains S configuration and this chiral center contains R configuration, means configuration on anomeric carbon atoms are different. But see, here OH group is at downside, here also downside, here upside, here upside. So we can arrange likewise these groups. See, the configuration on these all chiral centers will be same in both these structures. So these both are diastereomers, especially anomers. Now we can revise the topic. See, if a molecule contains only one chiral center, then it could be, then it always be chiral. Okay, it always be chiral. But if a molecule contains more than one chiral center, then it could be chiral or achiral. That depends on symmetry criteria. Okay, see, if we take an example, suppose we see a molecule, this molecule here, suppose a carboxylic group is present, here also carboxylic group is present, and we this is CH2 groups. Suppose we add a chlorine atom here, hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. See, how many numbers are chiral center present in this molecule? So there are total one chiral center present in this molecule. This is a chiral center. It is attached to one hydrogen, one chlorine, one CH2COH group, and one CH2CH2COH group. So these are different. If I attach a Cl here, now it contains two chiral centers, one chiral center and two chiral center, second chiral center, two chiral centers. But this molecule is optically inactive or achiral due to presence of this plane of symmetry. So it's a meso compound. Okay, so these are the basic description of compounds which have more than one chiral centers. If you interchange these two groups, hydrogen and chlorine, then this plane of symmetry will be lost and you will get optically active or chiral compound. Okay, so this is the description of these type of molecules. Okay, so this is the sufficient discussion about this topic. Thank you.